And because of my shoulder, I don't want to like hurt.
Okay, then I won't do it to you then. That's fine. Okay, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to get you hurt. That's for sure. Do that one more time. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Carter?
Carter. Carter, do that one more time. I like that. I think that you're like, the only thing I'm going to say about you, you've got a lot of that motion down. You're starting to get this, but you're just you're getting yourself jammed up underneath.
Kind of like leaning.
Well, and you're not moving this. You're trying to take him over this instead of drop in. I think that's a problem.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I think you're just trying to drop him without coming down, but this is going to help him go.
Okay.
Okay? So let's try it again. Now drop the knee. Drop the knee. That's fine. I'd rather you do that than stay up.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. That's good though. I like that cast. You got a good cast. You're one of those pain in the ass lefty wrestlers. What school?
Sutter.
Oh, okay. All right. So you do what I do sometimes, is I get my hip flying. I do that too, yeah, and that's bad. That's bad because it's going to give him a little bit of reprieve, right? So we really got to try to keep that hip square. Yeah, then force that knee down. So basically, when you're doing this, right? Boom, we've cast him, we're going, all right? As I'm coming here, I got to think of square hips to the mat, right? See, I'd fall here too, but you got to really go, bam, to knees, square to the mat. Square to the mat, you're not going to be in trouble in most of wrestling, right? You do this, we're in trouble in wrestling, right? Especially, I mean, unless we're doing a sit-out turn, why do I need my hips facing the ceiling? I don't, okay? Better. I like it, that was better. That's fine. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, no. Oh, good. Yes, until the very end. Hips face that mat. Don't get your hips going to the ceiling. Let's keep our hips facing the mat. That would have turned you right on top of him. Okay? Good job. You wrestled Churchill? All right.
No, they don't have wrestling.
Oh, they don't. They did for a while.
Yeah, but I just come here.
Okay. All right. I had my kids went to Churchill a long time ago. I'm old. You know, there's nothing wrong with a single leg from a Russian, except we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But one of your problems is you're trying to grab here. Remember, we're doing it so we can get a little twist on the arm. Right? So remember, thumb down. Okay? Okay. You Churchill also? No, where you go to school?
CMP. I'm not in high school.
Oh, CMP over there off of,
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids went there too. My ex actually taught there for a long time. Nope. Oh, you're almost backwards. Here. Spin it this way. There. That's where you want to be. I would, but I would get my head underneath instead of on the outside, right? Yes, to me now. Come to me now. Better. Did you get hurt? All right, let's bring it in. Bring it in. I've thrown a lot. I know we've only really done one move, but I've thrown a lot at you. Those setups are pretty good. I lived off of those setups for a long, long, long time, right? And they work. Questions about any of that? You got to have questions. Someone's got to have a question. All right, I'm going to tell you what I'm watching, all right? I'm seeing a lot of the Russian coming, not grabbing correctly. So we'll just take your hand, thumb down. When I turn my head to shrug it off, I'm twisting it. I want that elbow, if I can, in my chest. And now I've got weight on them, and I'm overhooking. If this was not a 2-on-1, I'd be overhooking here, right? But now I'm overhooking here. And I've got a lot of pressure. I can do a lot of things from here, okay? We just did a couple really cool firemen, and how that second one, you should have really felt that arm tightening up when you were going underneath, because as we're casting, we're tightening this up as this spins. Are we feeling that? Yeah? No? So if you're not feeling it, that means your Russian is not tight, right? So that means we got to make sure we're get here, chest on the elbow, right here, okay? And now we're wrestling from here. Cast, and look at when I cast, as I'm coming back, look what this hook here is doing to his arm, okay? All right. Do we want to do this one more time with that cast? You want to see it one more time and go back and do it? Let's do that one more time. If it looks like you guys have some questions, so watch it again. 2-on-1. Here, here, here. He's wrestling me. I cast him. As I'm casting, now it's opening up his side. Going right. That way. Not backwards. At an angle, forward. Let's go work the Russian a little bit more. It's an important setup. Let's do it.
You gotta move on somebody so Posse can see it?
Yeah.
He's doing it wrong.
Come here. Come here.
Posse. Watch him do it. One in the back instead of one to the side. Watch.
So, are you talking about from the Russian? No. This the whole? Okay. Are you getting the Russian okay here? Okay. So, when I'm hitting my fireman, I'm casting him right this way here, and that's tightening. As you felt it, it's tightening up that arm. And then when I take him, I want to take him back over there, right? So I'm not there, not here, there. Okay. All right. What side do you do?
This side.
All right. Here. Cast. Boom. There, right to him. I don't know his name. Not bad. Except now, instead of going up and down, drop that shoulder down. Okay, let's do it again. Do it. Okay, here, cast. And where's it going? There. Shoulder straight, take that shoulder to the mat. Perfect. That's not bad. I don't know who you're working with right now, but yeah. Why, wait. You just did a perfect on me. To me. Why are you going backwards? Do it again. Do it again. Slow it down. We don't have to go fast yet. Slow it down. You all right? You okay? Okay. Hey, you're not the hurt one, are you? You're not the hurt one, are you?
No,
okay, good. All right. Okay, cast. To me. Why are you going that way? To me. To me. Yes. That's what you did to me. Why, when you do it to someone else, you go backwards? Do it again. You all right, bud? Okay. Cast. To him. Do it again. Sorry. Sorry, you're that guy. Cast. To me. To me. Perfect. Nice. Nice. How does that feel? Ask him. He'll tell you. How tight is that arm? When it's tight, isn't it? Yeah. All right, you got it. Just remember which way you're going. So close. That's so close. That was really good. All right.
I can't really flip them overhand. I'm like that.
You can. You can.
It's harder.
We hate can't. That's a bad word.
Well, yeah, but it's harder.
I know.
You flipped him.
Which side are you doing it on?
Right?
What side are you doing? All right, do it. Boom, right? Here. Which way are you going? There. So I think you can. You just did. You can. So part of it, part of it is because he's still learning how to feel it too. So he's probably not in the position that you're going to get to in a match. So it's a tougher situation. But as you learn it, as you're doing it, just keep doing that. Just keep trying to do it the right way every single time. You're doing it. You're doing good. Cast. Good to me. To me. Better. That's nothing wrong with that. The only thing I would do different is I'd drive that shoulder to the mat. That's it. Other than that, you did good. Do it again. That's good. That's good. I like that. What did you feel about that one? A little bit better? You fell a little bit. You're right. Your hips kind of went like this, right? And this is something I was just telling them over there. When I was learning this, I did this all the time. I did the same thing as that. So I'm coming through here, right? And I'm driving here. My hips would go here, which is bad. Okay? We want our hips to be here. But even sometimes when I'm showing it, my hips will fly a little because it's a bad habit that I got into at one point. But that's just something you need to work on, keeping those hips down. Other than that, you're that close to doing it really, 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 really good. You're doing good. You're that close to being really, 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 really good. All right? Coming to me. This way, you got it. This way to me. You got it. There you go. That was good. All right, let's bring this in. It's a lot better. So here's the thing about clinic. You learn something, take it back to your room, and you drill it 1,000 times. And then after that 1,000 times, you drill it 1,000 more times. How many times have we drilled a single leg takedown in our lives? 10,000 times, if not more, right? Same thing with any move you want to hit and you want to perfect. You're going to have to take it back, and you're going to have to then go and try to perfect it on your own. That's where you guys come. You got to try to remember everything that we learned tonight. You know, position with the arm, position with the shoulder. How tight was that when I had casted him out there and went forward? And did I go to shoulder first or did I go to my knee? You know, these are things you're going to have to. So here's the best way to learn it. Go back to your room. Teach one of your partners. And as you're teaching them, you're going to remember step by step what we did here tonight. And then the more you do it, the smoother it becomes. And the smoother it becomes, the easier it is to hit in a match. The more times you hit in the match, more confidence you have to hit a move in a match. Okay? So we've now done it off of Russian, right, where we dragged him, right? We casted him now. So we've done a couple things, right? And if there's time, I'll show you a fun little thing that I do from a Russian also when a guy's blocking later, if we still have time. I think we will. I want to show 2 more fireman's carries, all right? Because basically that's why I came tonight, was to show fireman's carry, because what I do. So what was the first thing we did tonight? High C. Remember that? All right, pretty simple, right? High C, boom, double, right? What's the one thing your coach has taught you from day one? Is you don't want to shoot with your arms out, right? He's going to hook you. He's going to do this and that. All right. Forget about what your coach has always said. We're going to set him up with a little bit of decoy. All right. I'm going to do a high crotch. I'm going to float this arm up a little bit. All right. So as I hit my high crotch, I'm going to go ahead and let that be up. I don't care. 2 things are going to happen. He's going to hook me. I'm going to hit a fireman's carry. He doesn't hook me, and I'm going to hit a high crotch. So I've got 2 things I'm working on, right? So as I'm going here and I shoot in, I'm leaving this up, and look what he's done. He's hooked me. It's natural, right? Now it's just a clamp and turn. Let's try it again. All right. So we're going to hit that high crotch with a little float. Let's say he gets smart. We're going to do a couple things here at the same time because we're running a little slower than I was hoping. My fault. Let's say I've done that fireman's on him and he goes, oh crap, here it comes again. And this time he pulls out, right? As I come in here, he pulls. I'm doing a high crotch. I just cut to a double. So I set him up. He pulls out. Double leg takedown. So let's work on 2 things here on this one. Fireman's carry, because you leave it floating a little bit. We're not being silly. We're just leaving it up a little bit because we want him to hook. Hook, fireman. Pulls out, high crotch to double. Let's work on those 2 things. I'm watching. If you don't have the arm, go right to a double. If you have the arm, fireman's carry right here. Same position, same area. You're coming to me. Coming to me. There you go. There you are. I like it. I like it. Yes! You good? That was good. It was Carter, right? Yeah. All right, Carter, let's do it again. Going forward. Same forward that we've been doing all night. You're going to go and teach it right, and then you're going to get it. You're still going backwards, which is fine. Again, it's not a bad fireman. It's just different, right? And it's fine firemen. I don't want you to think, oh my God, I'm doing it wrong. They're not.
Yeah.
It's just different, okay? But when you go back and teach it to your teammates, and you teach them going forward, because it's going to be in your mind that I got to go forward, you're going to really as you teach it, because I want you to grab your partner and teach them what we learned tonight, right?
Yeah.
And teach them with that pivot and forward, and then you're going to get it. Because you have a good fireman. Don't get me wrong. Your fireman's fine. It's just different.
Yeah.
And it's not, like I said, it's not bad, but you're going to get, this is when I learned it, is when I started teaching it.
Can I see it? Can I see it one more time?
Which one do you want to see?
The one I'm trying to do.
So that just the open.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not a lefty. All right. So I'm going to come into my high crotch, float this. He's going to hook it, right? And so you're going here. I'm going here. You're going there. I'm going here.
Am I doing it right?
You did fine. All right. So, and again, what you're not doing is, it's not wrong. It's different. That's all. And so, better. It's better. So I think I figured out why you're getting jammed. I just figured it out just now. All right. You're getting jammed because as you're taking him forward, you're trying to take him here instead of there. You're making a left turn instead of a kind of an angled turn.
Yeah.
You want to go, let's see, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so think of 11 o'clock on your, so do it again and think of 11 o'clock. I'm at 11. Well, actually it's 1 o'clock for you because you're a freaking lefty. All right, so think of 1 o'clock. All right, so do it again. Think of 1 o'clock. Yes, there. And less jammed. Less jammed because you're not trying to manipulate it, right? You're just taking him in that direction. That was way better. That was way better. I tell you what, you're going to get it when you teach somebody. I promise you, you will get that. Because you have all the ability, the athletic ability, the emotion. It's just your brain's fighting because of what you've learned, which is nothing wrong. Again, not wrong, different, right? But I think once you get this, you're gonna love it, and you'll never go back. Because like I used to do it like you did it for years. I can't even do it. I get stumbled, my feet get screwed up in there because I just can't do it anymore. Because I've done it this other way for the last 8 years of my wrestling career. I changed. Right, because I thought it was better. Kind of, you know who used to do it kind of like this? You ever hear a guy named Dan Gable?
Yeah.
Similar, yeah, his fireman was more of a straightforward type of fireman. He would do it the same, yes. Yeah. He was pretty good. My coach lost to him in the Olympic trials. And I go, tell me about it. My college coach lost to Gable in Olympic trials, and he goes,
What year?
72. And he goes, I go, what happened in the match? He goes, my coach he was really good on his feet. He's blind. He's legally blind, I should say. He's legally blind. He saw shadows if he didn't have his glasses on, so he did everything by feel. And he was this is incredible what he did on his feet. He goes, well, you know, Gable wasn't that good on his feet. I go, what? What are you talking about? He goes, I hit a high crotch and got too deep. You got too deep on a high crotch with Gable? I mean, that's pretty scary, right? I mean, but that's because he really worked that position. He solidified this for me. And I thought I had it in high school, but then I learned it really in college. So I like it. You tired? Okay, because you're looking like you're tired. That was pretty good. Do that one again, just for the fun of it. Yeah, you got it. You know what you're doing. You know, all right. Yes, except for now. Oh, Hips went up, hips need to stay down towards the mat. Other than that, your motion, your movement is good. Like it.
Are we going towards going double leg? I wasn't here. That's why.
Oh, okay.
They're going fireman press.
You can do fireman's or double.
That's all.
So this one is this right here, right? So if I leave we're playing this as a bait, is if I come in here and you hook that, right? If you hook hook here like you would, I'm gonna fireman's carry you. If you pull out because you think switching to a double. So he keeps that arm and hooks you, keep the fireman's. If not, switch to a double. To me. Yeah. Whew. Keep it drilling. Keep drilling. You got it. You've got all the hard part down. Where you going? Where you going? All right, I like it. All right, bring it in. Yeah, I'm impressed, guys. You guys are, I think for the most part, you guys are getting, you have the idea, you know, it's hard to perfect something in a night. It is, especially wrestling. Again, how many times have we drilled a single leg? Probably 15,000 times a year, right? How many times have we drilled double leg? Same amount. So every time you're learning a new move, you got to take the time and learn and drill it and drill it and drill it. And we got Carter over here who's so close to, I mean, I really like what he does. He learned a fireman's, again, not wrong, different. And there's nothing wrong with what he's doing, but it's a little different. And I told him, and I mean this for all you guys, is you need to grab your partner in your wrestling room and you need to teach them, because when you teach them, you're going to teach them, well, we dropped here, we kind of twisted this way, we took him to 11 o'clock. For him, it's 1 o'clock because he's a freaking lefty, right? So we're going to teach that. And as we teach that to our next partner, you're going to ingrain it into your head what you're doing. I learned this move because I taught it to someone, and it worked. I was like, wow, this is good. I'm learning it as I'm teaching it. So I encourage all of you to grab your next partner who wasn't here tonight and teach them. And teach them over and over and over and over again, and it's going to just come to you. All right? Let's do an offside fireman's. We've been on a fireman's kick. Let's do an offside fireman's. For you, that's a right side fireman's for everybody else. All right. So I've been working a fireman's the whole time here, right? High crotch here, fireman's here. And he's going to learn. He's going to learn that I'm about to hit another fireman's carry on him because he's letting me. So he's going to switch it up a little bit, right? So what I'm going to do in this one, I've got a normal inside tie here up on the shoulder. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this hand down to the tricep here, right? As I'm rotating, my body is dropping underneath, and I'm dropping on this one 2 knees, okay? It's not a drop step one, it's a 2 knee drop on this one. So as I drop down to this offside fireman's, my body's turning here. See where I've gone? A little bit of an angle. Let's do it again. So, matter of fact, let's just start with this. Inside collar, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate down and drop. got this tight, okay? Let's just get to this position for now, and then we'll come back and we'll finish it. So offside, 2 knee drop. All right, let's do it. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Huh? So which is your fireman's side? So now we want to drop the other side, right? So we're gonna. So this. Watch. I'm gonna show them. So this is your fireman's side, right? So you're gonna be dropping. You're gonna be sliding this down to the tricep, and you're gonna rotate this way, right?
Should he snap me this way as well?
We can move them in. We have a lot of things, and then we're just gonna go 2 here.
Okay.
See where I'm at? I'm at an angle here. I'm taking them right to that pole.
Okay.
Okay. But right now, let's just get to that. It's a tougher little position. Two knees, 2 knees, 2 knees. This side, we're going 2 knees. You will not get jammed up on this one because we're going to be on both knees. Do it again. You're trying to stay on that 1 knee, right? So for me, I'm rotating this way, right? See which direction I'm going? See how my body's turning to go here? You need to do this way, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Because we want the offside. We want to be able to hit this on both sides. Two knees, 2 knees, 2 knees. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. All right, let's bring it in. This one's hard, guys. So you got to really focus on your drop. This one's hard, okay? The other ones were easy. This one's hard. Because now I've kind of changed everything I'm doing right now. So as I'm rotating, see, noon, 1, 2, 3, right? I'm rotating to about 1:30, 2 o'clock. 10:30, 11. Right? So as I'm rotating here, boom, right? Now, this one, I still got to get that shoulder, I still got to get this elbow popping, still got to get this shoulder going down, finishing. So again, okay, let's hit again. It's a hard one to do slow. I'll try to do as slow as I can. So I rotate. Okay, strike. Good. 2 knees, 2 knees, 2 knees, 2 knees. You're more, because of where you are here, see that's kind of on the outside? Yeah. You're in a high crotch position. We want you here. Now come to me. Come to me. Take them over. You can do it.
Yeah, I can do it.
All right. Okay, you're starting on 1 knee. Let's go to 2 knees right away on that one. I'm sorry, what was your name? Your name?
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
2 knees on that right away. You went to 1 knee on that. Well, this one is a 2 knee fireman's. Okay? Yep. We're going straight to 2 knees on this one. And what was your name? Hassan. I like it. Work with them. Keep them going. That's good. I don't care what Sam says, you're not bad. Still taking them, right? Same thing. A little bit off, not quite as much, a little more of a
Rotation.
yeah, but you're still taking them away from, you don't want them to go backwards, right? You want to still take them over that hip. Yes, right there, right to the shoulder. So a lot of times when I hit this one, it kind of happens in a match in a way. The technique is still should be tight shoulder, right? A lot of times when you're up on this one, a lot of times what I would end up doing on this one for whatever reason, and it worked for me, you can think about it, is as I'm rotating here, as I'm driving, as I'm coming here, I would shrug my head down and let them fall just right off me.
Down.
Yeah. But it's still going that way, it's not going sideways. Yeah. So watch. So here,
It's not straight, but it's like.
yeah. Try it. I mean, see, it's kind of a live speed type of, yes, yeah. That works really well. And it helps you maintain the leg, because if you lose the leg, you're losing a 7-point move now, right? So. I want to try some fun stuff. All right, let's bring it in.
Pretty good then.
Time's going fast. I look up and it's almost 8 o'clock. We got about 10 more minutes. And there was something I kind of wanted to show. It really worked out well. It helped me a lot with when I was ducking, because I did a lot of duck unders also. Fireman's was my move, but I could hit a duck under, from either way, boom. We could hit ducks, so on and so forth. But we got a lot of wrestling, and there's this shrug that I watched. They do all this twisty thing, this and that. I used to work a shrug. It was a little bit different, and it worked really well. So right now he's got inside tie on me. He's winning, right? So I got to try to beat him. So a lot of times as I'm wrestling, I'm blocking here because I don't want to give him too much advantage here, right? So I got a little overhook here, but he doesn't even realize it's there. I'm not grabbing and pulling. Sometimes we need to be subtle out there. All right, so we're wrestling here, and as I'm getting ready to make this move, I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to face it out, thumb facing in, and I'm going to come and block right behind the elbow. As I block behind the elbow, I'm going to pinch his head to his elbow. So here, and I'm going to twist my hips, shrug his head. Simple little move. Simple little takedown if he goes, right? So we're wrestling. I'm just kind of relaxed here. I'm not tight here because the tighter I am, now he's aware of me. I don't care that I'm here. I don't care that he's not aware of this arm here. I'm blocking here. He can't attack me. And all I'm going to do is elbow, hand facing out, thumb facing in, right behind the elbow. Oh, easy shrug. All right, let's work that for a few seconds, and then we're going to do a couple things off of that. All right, watch this again. Watch this again. Yes, See, it's going to be on the same side as he's got the inside. Perfect. Shrug your hips. We don't even have to move our feet. We don't. You can. You did. Right? Watch me. Okay. And then, so now I'll give you a little advance here. Ready? So now he doesn't like this, or he doesn't like getting thrown here. So what's he going to try to do? He's going to try to back out.
Yeah, you're like, kind of like a C-snap.
Sure. Call it what you want.
Wait, can you do it to me again?
Yeah. So I'm coming here. All I'm doing, block, pinch. Right? If he comes back out. Yeah. Well, look at my double I got right there, right? Yeah. Yes. I prefer you not to move. All right? Feel this. Right? Feel this. Okay? Feel this. Now as you're fighting out of it, look at where my hand is. I'm still blocking this side of my body, right?
Yeah.
So as I'm here, coming through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a grab, palm out, whichever one it is, right? So for me, it's this one here. Pinch, pinch. Okay? All right, bring it in.
Bring it up.
All right, this is a fun way to end the night, guys. So this one it works really well, right? Again, I'm not doing anything to make him really worried about me being right here. He feels like he's in control right here, right? So we're okay, I'm blocking here, wherever I'm blocking. So as he tightens up, matter of fact, if he tightens up, it's even better. As he tightens up, right? We've all seen, Vacaville do that other weird one that I don't. Yeah. This one's simple. Okay? Now he fights it. He doesn't like that. All right? We've shrugged him maybe once, twice, maybe we scored, maybe we haven't. So now as I shrug him, as he fights back out, I'm going to take this and shove it straight down and out. All right? So now I'm going to open up a quick little double. So we're here. We're going to pinch, we're going to fight, double. All right, let's do that, and then we'll do some chatting. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it for you one more time. Yeah. I've already sent them out, so it's hard to bring them back, right?
No, he said he wants.
You want to see it one more time?
Yeah.
Oh, well, come on over here then, huh? All right, watch this. Here. Here. Okay. Or he fights me as I'm fighting back. Okay. Pinch my elbow to my forehead. Boom! There you go. That's it. Simple, right? Pinch my my elbow, to my forehead again. I fight. Shove it down, out, double. Okay? All right, guys, let's bring it in. Kind of a fun way to end the night on technique. This is something fun, something easy, something that you can work pretty quick and easy. Score a lot of points with something that simple. It's a silly thing, but it's something you can score a lot of points with, and it's fun. I mean, that one's it was light, it's fun, and I think most of you guys were getting that good turn. All right, let's do some. We got new rules coming into high school wrestling next year. Does anybody hear about them? No. You heard about them. How many points is the takedown worth next year? Takedown 3-point takedown. He's like, oh, are you kidding me? That's why we need to get this fireman's down so you can score the 3, right?
Only for high school?
Well, it's a high school, and I'm sure it's filtering all the way down into youth because they use the high school book for the most part as far as the scoring. So 3-point takedown, guys. They tried this out in college, and it was a huge success. Scoring is up. They want scoring up. They're tired of the 3-to-1 matches. They want 15 to 14. And I've had people say to me, well, it's get too big of a lead too fast. Well, but you can come back just as fast, right? My best match of the year last year was a college match. It was a Menlo kid against a kid from San Francisco State at a dual meet. And it was 9-3 after the first period. Guy's getting his tail handed to him. He's getting crushed. It's not even close. After the second period, the score was 13-12. Oh, he came back. Scored a lot of takedowns. You know, taking him down and letting him go now is worth a lot more than it used to be. So 13-12. Now in college, they have a few extra rules. We have what we call riding time. We have all that kind of nonsense. Long story short, guy chose top. He's up 13-12. He chooses top. I warn him for stalling for the second time, tie the match up. He rides him out, gets a riding time point, and wins 14-13. It's quite a match. It was kind of a fun match. But I mean, it was basically, we had 3 matches. We scored 12 points the first period, more the second period, and 2 points the third period. But it was a pretty darn exciting match because scoring is up, and that's what they want. We have 3 types of near falls now. So before we had a 2 near fall after a 2 count and a 3 near fall after a 5 count. Well, there's no more 5 count. We have a 2 near fall after 2, a 3 near fall after 3, and a 4 near fall after 4. Best rule change I've ever seen. Well, second best rule change I've ever seen. Love that. You get rewarded for holding them for all the time, right? You get the reward. You don't have to jump from 2 to 4 to get that other point. You get a reward, as you should. It's been a huge success in college. Scoring up. Coaches like it that run tournaments because scoring's up more technical falls. Guess what that means? Tournaments are shorter. They pay us referees less money and more expensive. So we got 3 takedown. We got 2, 3, and 4 near fall. And now out of bounds. This was my biggest pet peeve when I jumped from a college match to a high school match. It's like, oh my God, what's out of bounds? I'd guess. I guessed okay. But now I don't have to guess anymore. Because out of bounds now in high school, well, we're still in bounds. I got a foot on the mat. I got a point on the mat. As long as I have a point, 1 point in bounds, we're in. So one of the biggest reasons why they haven't gone to this yet is their big complaint was there's not enough space in high school facilities to do this. My argument always was, yes, we do. Look, how many of you, have any of you guys gone down to the high school state championships and watched? Oh, you should do that. Got 10 mats down there. And the head of the CIF rules interpreter goes, Ken, there's just not enough room here. I go, yeah, look. You got room here, you got room here, you got room here, and we have to call it tight over there. So we have 3 areas of this mat where we can allow wrestling to happen all the way out of bounds. except for one area we're going to call tight. You know what's going to happen when I blow the whistle and call them out of bounds in that tight area? The coaches are going to yell at me, they're still in bounds. You know what I'm going to say? Yeah, safety of the kids, I got to blow that whistle. So we're going to have a little bit of that going on, where referees are going to get used to learning what's safe, what's not safe, and go on. And they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to do the best they can, but it's easier to call when I don't have to blow the whistle 37 times because we're out of bounds. So, what does that mean from an official's point of view? We're still in bounds. Wait, the other guy's in bounds, so we're still in bounds. And now we go out of bounds and I'm over here. Huh. As an official, what am I looking at? Does anybody know? I'm looking at that guy whose butt's off the mat over here, and I'm thinking, I'm going to call that guy for stalling. I like stalling. And coaches will yell back at me and go, oh, you've changed the way I wanted to wrestle this match, and I'm going to go, good, that was my intention. I didn't like the way you were wrestling that match, so let's get it back in the middle and wrestle. So you're going to see a lot more stalling calls on the edge of the mat because of these rule changes. You're going to see officials really, really get aggressive with stalling. And if you don't, you're not in our area, because our area is going to be pushing that hard. Because when you get to the Masters and you get to the state tournament, they're going to want us making that stall call because the guy's not staying on the mat. So our guys, because we do a lot of training in this area, our guys are going to be calling that. So if you're wrestling in this area, whether it's middle school or high school, whether it's varsity or JV, you're going to see more stall calls because you have a lot of opportunity now to come back on this mat. Because if I'm here, we're still wrestling because I'm still on the mat. Now, there is a small difference between college and high school when it comes to the circle of the mat. In college, I'm still in because I have a supporting point within the cylinder. In high school, I'm out. Now I'm in because I have to have a supporting point on the mat. I think the reason they made these rule changes is, this is my opinion, is because we're short officials. We've been short officials for the last 10 years. And then they have two sports. They have college wrestling and they have high school wrestling with two completely different sets of rules. And so you get these guys over here going, oh yeah, screw it, I'm not going to ref high school because I got to focus on my college stuff. Understandable. And you got these high school guys going, well, I really love the high school stuff, so I'm not going to dip into the college stuff because it's going to screw up me doing the Masters and the state tournament, right? So now we don't have any crossover. So now we're short. The college tournament's, short 2 officials. The high school tournament's short 3 officials, and we don't have enough officials. Guess what? You see a little more crossover now. Because the rules are pretty close. Close enough that I do both anyways. I did a month of high school and I went and reffed a dual meet out at Menlo College. And I kept rolling up 2 fingers because it was 2, and it's 3. Now, fortunately for me, it was a really big crowd. It was really loud. Table help knew what they were doing. So every time I put up 2, they threw up 3. No one's watching me. It didn't matter. All the score got right, but except for me, because I knew I was throwing up the wrong stuff. It's going to make it easier for these guys to cross over now. So you're going to see, maybe you'll get to see some college officials out on the mat, which is nice, right? Maybe you'll get to see. And the thing about officials, we're buttheads. We're never wrong until we are, but we're never wrong. In college, we got this little cool device called video review, so we can go make a look at a call, and we get to change it if we screw up out there. So that's cool. High school, we don't get that. So, I always tell when I'm officiating a dual meet that I call what I see. Coach was saying, hey, I saw this, and man, if I saw what you saw, he was probably right, but I saw this. And I got to go with what I saw. That's what I get paid all this huge money to go referee a match for, right? It's because of what I see. Unfortunately, it's not what the coach sees. So what I'm trying to get at is you're going to see a lot more people coming in. Hopefully, you'll see a lot more crossover from college to high school, and I think that's a good thing, so we'll hopefully have more officials. Sac City does a great job bringing in some of their college guys to come in and officiate with us, and they make good money to do it. So I would suggest when you guys get an opportunity, think about it. It's pretty good money. We make a tournament like $42 an hour. It's not bad. Tournaments are going to be shorter now, though. Why? A lot of scoring. A lot more tech falls. So, any questions on the rule changes for next year? Any questions about how stalling is going to be called next year? The only good thing is the guy who calls stalling more than anybody in the country just moved to South Carolina, so you don't have to worry about him anymore. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? He just moved, seriously. So, all right, we got 10 minutes left. Usually at this point of a clinic, we do question and answers about things that I did in my career to train. How did I train? How did I do this and that? So let me give you a little bit of what I did, and then you guys can ask some questions, right? Who hates running? I do. I ran cross country. I sucked. I was not very good at it. But I ran cross country because it got me in shape for wrestling. I wasn't very good, but my junior year, the year I won state, I woke up every morning before school, put on my Walkman. You guys know what a Walkman is? You guys say, what's a Walkman? We used to have cassette tapes. You guys know what cassette tapes are? Oh my God. And I had the album was called Synchronicity by the Police. And I would put that in my Walkman, and I would start it, and I would run from my house down Hazel Avenue all the way to Madison Avenue, run down Madison Avenue all the way to Kenneth, which was right before where my high school was, Bella Vista. Then I'd run down Kenneth Avenue a little bit, run back to Sunset, Sunset back to Hazel, Hazel back down to my house. Every morning, about 3 miles. Not a lot, but about 3 miles every morning. And I knew, because I listened to the same tape every single day, by where I was in the song and what telephone pole I was at, if I was ahead or behind. And I knew where I needed to be. So let's fast forward. Every morning I got up and ran. Let's fast forward to the state tournament. I cut weight once in my life, and that was for my junior year, the year I won state. I had to cut a little bit of weight that year. What that did for me is the night before, we had 2 guys. I was fortunate enough to wrestle with California's first 3-time state champion in my high school. And his dad was my coach. And he was 2 pounds over, and I was 2 pounds over. And I said, are you going to go run with me? And he goes, nah. He was a big guy. He was 175s. So guess what he was going to do? He was going to float those 2 pounds. Well, I couldn't float 2 pounds. I was 98 miles, 102 pounds. Huh? Well, you just hang out, and eventually it just floats off. And if you sleep overnight, you're going to lose a little weight overnight, right? Well, he knew his body well enough to know that those 2 pounds weren't an issue. I knew my 2 pounds were an issue. So I got up and I ran 5 miles that night so I could be on weight, so I can get up and go make weight the next morning. The good thing about what I did is I knew it wasn't going to affect my wrestling because I did it every single day that season, every single day. I got up, I ran, and I got in shape. And a little bit of running the night before the state tournament was not going to affect me. Matter of fact, it probably helped me because my body was used to it. So that's the training idea. Getting up, running, whatever your number is, find it, do it. Okay? I used to meditate. And when I say meditate, I didn't sit in the corner and do this or that. But every night before I went to bed, I wrestled a match in my head. Every single night. I hit a fireman's carry. Every time he pulled his arm, I cut to a double. How many matches do you think I lost in my head? 0. Because I wrestled the perfect match in my head every single night before I went to sleep. And then when I woke up, before I went and ran, I wrestled that match again in my head every single morning. That was my meditation of wrestling a perfect match. So when I got on the mat, there was no doubt in my mind that I can do it because my mind was already set in a mode that I could wrestle that perfect match. It's important. It's important to have that confidence when you go out there that you can do that. Okay. Enough of me babbling. You guys have questions?
What was like your mindset going to like bigger matches, like more important ones?
It was like, oh, please, God, let me go there. No. I never thought I was going to lose a match. And I did. But I never stepped on a mat thinking I was going to lose a match. And I wrestled some pretty tough guys. I mean, I wrestled defending Division I national champion a few times. Guys ranked top 10 in the country, beat one guy who was ranked 5th in the country. I mean, I went on that mat, did my meditation maybe an hour before the tournament, got out there thinking I can win every single match. Did it happen? No. But I never walked on the mat thinking I was going to lose. It's just the way I thought. So my thought process was always to focus on what I do best, how do I get it accomplished, and we go from there. And you know, you figure these out as the more times you get in those big matches, because those are, they're few and far between in high school. They become more frequent when you get into college. Anyone?
Have you ever been at like a national level person?
I was a national level guy. I took second in the country in my junior year in high school. Have you ever heard of the junior nationals? When I wrestled, they were in Iowa. They're in, what are they, North Dakota now? Where are they at, Fargo? The junior nationals? Yeah, I think they're in Fargo. And back when I wrestled, they had the junior nationals. Now they have cadet nationals, junior nationals. But we had junior nationals, and yeah, I mean, we wrestled. We went hard to wrestle at those tournaments. We always wrestled to try to find the best competition we could because we thought we were the best. When I went to my high school we never lost a dual meet when I was in high school. We were good. We had 5 world champions starting on our high school team.
What time did you wake up when you were running?
Well, if I had to be at school by 7:45, I'd wake up at 5, stretch a little bit, cry a little bit that I was up that early in the morning because, when you're young, you don't like being up that early. Put my stuff on, put my earphones on with my Walkman, which you don't know what it is, but and I would get out and run.
Who believed in you?
Who believed in me? A lot of people. I was very fortunate. I had one of the best high school coaches in the country. He was 3-time coach of the year for amateur wrestling and never wrestled. But he can motivate you. You would jump through a wall and he wouldn't even, it was on fire and you wouldn't even care. You would do it because he told you we needed to do it. And that's what we did. So he motivated me. My brother started wrestling because our neighbor down the street was our JV high school wrestling coach, and his son needed someone to work out with, and it was my brother because, he was about the same size. He's a little older than the guy, but he was about the same size. And then I went and watched my brother wrestle at a tournament. I looked at my dad and I went, how do I do this? And I fell in love with it before I even ever stepped on a mat. My dad, this one's a tough one for me because he passed away a few years ago. But every Saturday morning, it didn't matter where it was. We'd drive to the Bay Area, we'd drive to wherever we'd drive, we'd get up. We had a Ford Pinto, which you guys don't know what that is either, but they do. It was a hatchback. We put the seats down. He put blankets in the back, pillows in the back. We got to sleep. He drove from 4:30 to 5 every morning to get us to a tournament. We'd get to the tournament. We'd go wrestle. We'd come back, and he'd say, do you guys want to go next week? We'd go, yeah. Where is it next week? Hopefully it was local, so we didn't have to do that. But, he drove us all over. He drove us to Nebraska. He drove us to Oklahoma. He drove us wherever we could find the best competition for us. My dad was there for us. My dad was there for me. My mom, she wasn't the rah-rah mom, but she was there. She was supportive. She supported us. My sisters, who didn't get to go to a lot of vacations because me and my brother were wrestling. They supported us. A lot of people, it takes a lot, you know. But if you have that one, I was lucky. If you have that one person that can get you going and get you there and do that, it's all you need. So find that person that will be there for you and support you for everything you need. No more? Gentlemen, thank you. Oh,
You can go back and change one thing from your freshman year in high school. Change one thing, what would it be? That's your career.
I'd weighed more than 85 pounds. I don't know if I could change that, though. I weighed 85 pounds my freshman year of high school. The weight was 98 back in those days. You had to weigh 86 pounds. I had to weigh in with jackets, and back in those days, we had night before weigh-ins. So even at 98s, the guys are cutting from 105 even. That's a big body percentage weight difference. I learned to get better. My senior year, I decided not to drop down to 105 because I didn't think any college would look at me, because at the time it was 118 was the weight class. And I took fourth my senior year. I weighed, the weight was 114, I weighed 112 pounds. I didn't cut any weight, which is fine, but those guys were cutting. Now the guy who won it, I beat the year before. The guy who took second, I beat the